Good evening. Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Can we have everybody seated who's there at the back? A very warm welcome to all of you to this enlightening session of Women in FADA. I'd request Mrs. Rashmi Kale to come forward and take the session. Rashmi is the chairperson for Women in FADA All India. Come, Rashmi.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all for this year's Auto Summit. Today, we gather as a vibrant community of innovators, leaders, and enthusiasts who are shaping the future of the automotive industry. As we celebrate the advancement and opportunities within the mobility and transport industry, we are also here to spotlight the incredible women who are navigating and redefining the automotive landscapes. These trailblazers, driven by courage, resilience, and vision, have not only surpassed many boundaries, but are paving new roads for generations to come. In today's inspiring session, we will hear from women who have excelled in this industry, sharing their challenges, triumphs, and lessons that they have had through their journey. Saying this, I would like to welcome our panelists and request them to take their seats on the stage as I announce their names. Our first panelist, let's welcome Mrs. Kavita Himatsingka. A single mother looking after two young children, she took a leap of faith by starting Hyundai dealership in Kolkata and Assam in 1998. Managing the business and household was a big challenge, and so was convincing banks and financial institutions to fund the business expansion plans. Overcoming the obstacles, she expanded into auto retail business by acquiring dealerships of Mahindra, MG, BYD, and Ford, along with parts distribution in eastern region for Mahindra and Hyundai. The group also ventured into hospitality business by opening Pizza Hut, Oriental Bistro, and Foodies World. She also has established Mukesh Himatsingka Academy and Foundation for vocational training, where they are also helping in creating jobs. Our next panelist, I would like to welcome Mrs. Radha Muppavaruppu. A postgraduate in commerce, hailing from a family engaged in auto retail for the last 2 decades, daily operations including corporate management and treasury are managed by her as the director of Harsha Group of Companies. She started her journey in automotive business by assisting her father while still in college. The same legacy continued after marriage by opening a two-wheeler dealership in Vizag. Currently, Harsha Auto Group has 53 outlets spread across 4 states: Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka in South India. The two-wheeler vehicles, passenger vehicle, and commercial vehicles. Our next panelist, I would like to welcome Dr. Ranjana Bansal. Battling biases and gender stereotypes, Dr. Ranjana Bansal has single-handedly turned the fortune of Ashok Auto and became a force to be reckoned with in the male-dominated auto retail business in the heart of North India. An unfortunate incident forced her, despite being a practicing doctor, to take over the entrepreneurial reins of an automobile dealership. Spreading wings over the years, Dr. Bansal has surpassed many milestones, and the Ashok Group today has diversified interests that include construction, real estate development, hospitality, Medicare, and financing, in addition to the automobile dealership of Tata Motors. She is also involved in many charitable endeavors with Ashok Medicare Research Foundation, Ashok Shruti Charitable Hospital, Ram Shashi Artificial Limb Center, amongst others. Our next panelist, I would like to welcome Ms. Pema Loyi. Pema Loyi is a pioneering figure in auto retail sector in India's northeastern region and a leading woman entrepreneur from Arunachal Pradesh. She graduated from Sydenham College, Mumbai, and later completed her MBA from Slovenia in 1996. Ms. Loyi embarked on her entrepreneurial journey in her early 20s, first by establishing a two-wheeler dealership for Yamaha Motors India Limited. In 1996, she ventured into passenger cars with Daewoo Motors India Limited, becoming the youngest dealer principal at just 22 years of age and the first car dealer in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. She also diversified the business by acquiring the dealerships for Mahindra, Renault, Daimler Commercial Vehicles, and JCB. She is an avid marathon runner and a CrossFit enthusiast who also loves trekking. So let's welcome once again all our panelists.
Hello.
First of all, I would like to thank all of you for taking out time for all of us. Thank you so much. Without wasting time, I would like to start asking questions. My first question is for Dr. Ranjana Bansal. Being a practicing doctor, what got you into an industry that is traditionally male-dominated? How easy or difficult was it to assert your authority in the workplace?
Hello. Thank you for bringing us here on this FADA platform, and I'm thankful to FADA and you that I could share and you all could share our experiences with you. So, I was a practicing doctor. I'm an OB-GYN, MBBS, MS, having had my super specialization in US. And I was all set for a very good medical journey ahead. But then, unfortunate accident took place in my family. I lost my only brother, my bhabhi, my eldest niece in the accident, leaving my second niece, 4 years old at that time with amputation, both limbs in the accident, and the son who was just 1.5 years old. So the whole family was shattered. We all were shattered after this incident. My brother was looking after the Ashok auto business. So in this situation, I had to take over the automobile business. Well, I had taken a choice myself. It was not that it was forced on me. And when you make a choice, it is with a commitment, it is with a challenge, it is with a change. And I thought I'll make this challenge into an opportunity. And so I carried forward. Yes, I knew I didn't have any formal knowledge of the automobile business. In fact, I belonged to an absolutely Marwadi family in which the girls were not supposed to work and earn for themselves. So in that environment, I was brought up. So I was absolutely unaware as to what the business was coming in for me. But yes, I had a commitment. I had a commitment that since I have taken it, I have to do it and do it to the best of myself and take it to greater heights. This was as right from childhood, I was born up, I have to be a winner anywhere, everywhere where I go. And though I didn't have any formal knowledge, but I thought I will start my funda, think from my head, react with my heart, and listen to my gut. The gut feeling was the driving force for the business. It was nothing else because I didn't knew the business acumen. So the journey started, and I gathered the knowledge, the information, the transport business, the demands, the needs of the transporters. It was absolutely new to me. And if I'm talking of 1990s, the time when I took over the business, this transport segment was absolutely unorganized, and it belonged, the commercial vehicle segment, the truckers segment, this is where I was looking after, was absolutely unorganized. The transporters were also not gentlemen, but the rowdy crowd was supposed to be into the transport line. And the territories where I belong to, Agra, and the UP, Agra, and the nearby states, you must have heard of a place, Etawah, Mulayam Singh's territory, Mainpuri, which are absolutely criminal oriented, and for a lady for them to accept me as a lady was very difficult. So my first thing was, like if I talk when I took over the business, my challenges. First of all, my people of Ashok Auto Sales, the organization, didn't accept me, didn't accept my leadership, because they had seen me as a girl doing the medical studies, and I used to go for thesis, printing of thesis into the office. So they didn't accept me. They said, "Isko kya jante hai? Isko kya aata hai? Ye kya transporters ke sang baithegi?" So that was there. Second, now coming to the transporters, they think that a lady does not know about a transport business. तो वो ये कहते थे, ये घर में क्यों नहीं बैठी है, लड़कियों का जगह घर में है या यहाँ पर है, ट्रांसपोर्टर्स के बीच में ये अच्छे घरों की लड़कियाँ घर में रहती हैं. This was the transporters. The financiers, wherever I went for finance, the first suggestion given to me was, consolidate yourself. Ma'am, you don't have any male in the family. You have 2 young children to look after. You have old parents to look after. So now, please put all your assets together and consolidate. Don't go further. So this was the advice given to by the financiers. The friends, relatives, all advices from everywhere, that this is not the business that girls should be handling. So surrender yourself out, and now you should, all suggestions that comes in a family, when a family has to go, all these is in this situation. Well, I decided I had taken a decision and I had to go ahead. I tried to learn the automotive business. Now earlier I was dissecting the human body, now I had to dissect the trucking business. I learned about the transporters, the trade, what it has to have. I went from territory to territory, but all this time it took me nearly 8 to 10 years by the time I was traveling, and then I had to analyze the needs of the customers were watching me with absolutely discerning eyes, ki ye kya karti hai ab? Does she take the right movements or not? So I was in a scanner. I think all the ladies, when they go into any of these fields, are always in a scanner. For a male, this is not there. He is supposed to do things. He will do it. Nobody questions him. But for a lady, I think all will share the same thing with me. Ki she's put onto a scanner. Ab kya hai? So I was put into the same scanner. But like when I started doing things, my focus was there. Ki mujhe karna hai, to mujhe karna hai. I had to take the business to certain heights. I have to fulfill my ambitions. I had to do it. So I started like this Mainpuri and Etawah. No financing was being done in this. I came up with my own finance company. Sometimes when you don't know a business now, you don't think. As I said, I was doing it with the gut feeling, without a formal knowledge. So that makes you go beyond your boundaries. If you know everything, if the logic comes, then there are many things you don't do. But since I didn't have any logic, it was impulsive. Karna hai to karna hai. I started the finance companies. I said, okay, I have to extend the network of my dealership. So I extended all the network of the dealerships. By the time all this took place, it was nearly 8 to 10 years and by this time I could establish myself. The customers had the feel, okay, she can do it. And during this whole journey, I should tell ki Tata Motors, the support they gave me, they took me by the hand. Everything right from the bottom to the top, mentally, morally, everything they were doing to support me. So this is how I could reach there. And sometimes, like even one Mr. Tata, in 2000, just to support a lady dealer, he visited Agra dealership. So this is also great of him. He had not visited any other dealership, but he visited Agra. And that was a very big confidence booster for me. And one of the questions he asked me was, does your medical education support you? Don't you feel you have wasted your 10 solid years in medical practice and now you are into automotive field. So, like I had also been wondering, but I said no. The things which I had learned, the long hours in the medical studies, in the hospital, facing life and death every day, that gives you a certain sort of a diligence, resilience, perseverance. All these are the qualities which need to be, you need to be successful. And I said, okay, during those 10 years, I was doing all those things which now I think I've implemented into the business. That is where I'm here. So that was a reward to me. I still continue with my, because this is my business side, but I still follow my first love, that is my profession. And I always believe in love what you do and do what you love. Earlier, I was loving my medical profession, so I was loving it. Now I love my automobile business also. I have a hospital, I still operate. It is a 50-bedded hospital, OB-GYN. So I feel very happy. I have an artificial limb center. I do a lot of extra, CSR activities. I feel very happy about it. And I do a lot of plantations. So I think the holistic approach, it is not only business, but the holistic approach helps you a lot, and that is what is making me survive and go ahead. And I'll sum up by saying that apart from all the P's of marketing which I learned during my journey in the automotive field, place, product, placement, the biggest P which I invented for myself was passion. That was passion. I was passionate in my profession. I am passionate till today. I am passionate for the month and targets. I am passionate about whatever I do. So that is my energy and that is pulling me forward. Thank you.
Excellent. So this is something, the whole story is in front of our eyes, and I think everybody must have gone through that journey through your words, and we can actually imagine how you must have taken it forward. And it was beautiful to know that you are still balancing both your business career as well as your
And I would suggest everybody that apart from the business, the takeaway which I want to give everybody out here is, have business in place, but a holistic approach to life is what takes you forward. Give back to the society what the society has given you. And once you have that taste of service and giving, you will be the most happy person. So together with your businesses, please give back to the society also and do whatever your passion demands you to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this insight and motivation and inspiration. My next question is for Mrs. Radha. As we all know, you started assisting your father while still in college. We would like to hear your journey and would also like to know any specific challenges that you faced as a woman in auto industry and how did you overcome it?
Good afternoon. First, thank you, FADA, for inviting me for this panel. Yes, we all come from a business background. First, the industry of this automobile has been started by my grandfather. Slowly, it has given to my father. And so, from the colleges days and all that, yes, we started with a two-wheeler first, Hero. And my father-in-law, my grandfather was a manufacturer of automobile cylindrical liners. Through that, my father also came out. So we started our retailing business in 1984. My father started, and we were two young kids at that point of time, and we started the journey. And in college only, it is a motivation from my mom and father to take care. The woman has to come front and have something for her own, for him. So to take up a business like automobile is a little tough for the girls also. But the support what we get from the parents is the one thing we can move forward. And luckily, coming out to my college, I have done my MCom taxation. I completed my PG in Vijayawada, it's Andhra Pradesh, and slowly getting into business, and later started with then family marriages and all that. And Harshavardhan, I got married to Mr. Harshavardhan. He comes from a background of political, and where it is a different field for me, in automobile, and coming from a political field. In the closed, where is automobile is a closed family, and coming to the political, it is a very big family. So it took time for us to adjust, and luckily Harshavardhan is also interested in automobile. So we got a chance of getting a hero back again for me on the Harsha, on the Harsha's name also. So we started like that our career in 1999. We started our journey of automobile from Visakhapatnam, which is in also AP. Slowly we started, and we came to Hyderabad with the support where we got the dealership for Toyota. So we started our journey of Toyota in 2003, and now we are about 20 years with Toyota. And in between, we are also with many other manufacturers like Renault, Bench, and Mahindra, and we are also with the Hero right now. So yes, Rashmi ji has asked me about challenges. Yes, we do have challenges, but the only thing we can face it is that you forget what you are in your company. Sit as your employee. Forget about yourself and work with the team. Unless you work with the team, you cannot take it up, and the challenges are more if you think that you are an MD or you're a chairman, or if you're anything. If you are with the team, you don't find the challenges to work out with the automobile. I have 2 daughters, and I pushed both the 2 daughters also into automobile. One of them is taking care of the Toyota, and the other one is taking care of the trucking business. So that is where I definitely ask the girls and the families, whoever is the parents, please get the youth into the family businesses. Because nowadays we are giving a choice to their daughters. Yes, they have a passion of some other fields like designing, interiors, and all that. If you have a family business, you need a person to take it over. Even my daughters were also telling, you're working hard from 9 hours, 8 hours, 13 hours a day. What is that? Yes, we have to work with the team. The team is working, you should be with the team. You support the team. That is where you come over all your challenges. And now the women in the automobile, you think that it is a challenging. No. We are getting respected in the automobile field also. The girls or the women, whoever is there, yes, they are well respected, and you have a different and dignified identity in the economy also. And when I go for the other corporate meetings and all other dealers meet and all, I find the next gen coming in. So they ask me, Auntie, how are you feeling? How we need new inspirations and all that. I told them, come sit with me and work with me. Definitely you will be into automobile, you will not go anywhere. I request every parent, yes, bring your children if you have an automobile. Please pull them into your automobile. That is a beautiful industry where we can work and serve the nation and serve this. And automobile is nothing stagnant where we are up and close. It is a continuous project, and it is a continuous, what can we tell, changes happening. It's like a Kaizen. Every day we have to do something. Yes, that is what the message is, but no other concerns or anything is there obstructive for the women to come out. You work, you achieve it. That's it.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Your message is also wonderful for every one of us. One more question I have for you. Did politics ever come into the way of automobile?
Yes, because my father-in-law has been into politics for 40 years, working hard in the BJP. And he's Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, an ex-vice president. So his son into automobile, but father-in-law has directed only one thing. The politics are no more in a right way as of now. Because where we're placed into the automobile in the places where there are ethics for the politics. But today politics, no, we don't have an ethics, we don't have an faith, we doesn't know where we are standing in the political parties and what is our growth plan. If you plan anything in your career, please see what is your growth plan. Where are you now? What is next? But in these political parties, is not an organized structure. Educators are nowhere, and uneducators we find somewhere else. So, but in the political and business, father-in-law also wanted not to enter into the political parties. And Harsha also did not want to go back to political. So we started off our journey with the automobile. And so I think we are going to take out this legacy out. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So my next question is for Mrs. Kavita Himatsingka. How and when did you get into auto retail business? We all would like to know your journey. And can you share one key moment that gave you the courage to move forward despite obstacles?
I got married when I was only 17. No education, difficult times, and that also in Assam, where the ladies are not allowed to go out of the house. I was from an industrialist family. My grandparents, my Nana, he is the founder of glass in the country, Mr. Harish Chandra Vashne. You can Google and see. He was the person who got the sheet glass in the country. So for me, going to a place like Assam was a little difficult. I'm from Ranchi. I just did my 10+2 and got married. So we were not even allowed to go to the office. And we had to cover our heads and make food, like the gungat, what we call. It was a tough time. But my husband had a very different approach. He wanted that I should start working. So I joined the college, but somehow I couldn't continue. And then when I was 28, both the children were born. I have 2 sons. And my husband fell very sick. So he was detected with a kidney disease. And for 8 years, I was running from pillar to post, looking after him, and went to US, UK, and finally he got a transplant done in Adelaide, Australia. His mother gave the kidney, but he passed away in 1995. And that is the time when Assam was going through a very, very tough phase of alpha and problems, and people were shifting out to Bangalore, to Calcutta, to Delhi, to have new setups because it was getting very difficult to work in Assam because of the kidnapping and all the unrest which was going on. So when I was in Calcutta, because it was easy for me to look after him and take him to Vellore and US, whatever was needed at that time. My brother-in-laws, I have 2 brother-in-laws. My elder one, he said, don't come back to Assam. Let's start something in Calcutta. And that is when, through the contact of my late husband, Mr. BVR Subbu, and the groundbreaking of Hyundai was taking place, he said, Kavita, why don't you start Hyundai? I said, what is this? This Hyundai word was very new, and I think it was only in Korea that time, you must be remembering, and Rohit must be remembering. So I told my brother-in-law, Mr. Subbu has called, and he has asked us to go for the groundbreaking in Chennai, so it's better if you go, because I was very lost that time. It is just after my husband's demise after 2 years. So my younger son, both my children were studying in St. Paul's, and my younger one was planning to come back to Calcutta. So after the groundbreaking ceremony, my elder brother-in-law was convinced, and we started the dealership in Kolkata. But that is the time when your husband is not there, you feel very awkward, asking for this has to be done and that has to be done. So money was quite a constraint. And the Korean manufacturers, they were not ready to give the dealership to a housewife. They said she's not educated enough. It will be very tough to. But BVR Subbu, he kept on saying, I will run the dealership for her. So he was a mentor for me. And I am very grateful that he was there in my life. It makes me very emotional also, because if he wouldn't be there, I wouldn't be there. So that is how my journey started. But Hyundai dealership started doing well, and there were many challenges. The only thing he taught me was open all the complaint letters of the customers. That was the first teaching. And deliver the cars with you standing there. You should know your customers. So going to the workshop daily was a ritual. And then slowly my elder son, who was working in the college, studying in the college, he also joined me. Education, yes, was a big challenge for me. So I had to keep people. But I feel very proud to say that I was the first dealer of Hyundai in the Eastern India. And for 17 years, I was the highest selling dealer of the Eastern India. So that gives you a lot of courage. People you do find. And I think experience made me very strong. And then my elder son joined me. And today we are one of the big dealers of Mahindra, MG, BYD, and we have 22 setups in Calcutta and 7-8 setups in Assam. And we are doing very well, and we have expanded into other fields also. And now I am a proud mother-in-law and a grandmother, and it's a happy family. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very heartwarming. I have one more question for you. You got this opportunity of getting into automobile sector.
Yeah.
Did you ever think I should have chosen a slightly better field for yourself? Like, you know, a women-oriented, like into fashion or maybe cosmetics?
Rashmi, I never wanted to work. I wanted to just be a mother. And that is how we were trained at that time. I got married in 1977 and into a Marwadi family where we are only supposed to make food and serve. So I never felt the need, but today I can say that with the children coming in and me, I'm working from the back and I'm doing well with all little bit, whatever I can support them. I feel that your old people are with you, and when Hyundai was doing the 25 years celebration, we were awarded for the highest retention. So there are people around you who give you a lot of importance, and I think my daughter-in-laws also are planning to join the business.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's good to know. Thank you so much. My next question is for Pema. So my question is, you being the second generation in auto business, which was led by a mother, what personal values or passions drive your leadership style, and what inspired you to start an all-women dealership?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Rashmi. First, I think we should thank Mukesh ji and Garima for this platform, for this Women in FADA. I consider myself as the first gen, not even the second gen, because when my mother started Yamaha dealership in 1993, at that point of time, there was no organized dealerships in Arunachal, and she was the first one in the state who brought in two-wheelers. I think Goswami uncle would know that we were by the name of Coming Enterprise, my mother, of course, but she was there. Let me go back to my background. I belong to a political family. My father was an MP at 27, the youngest MP at that point of time, and that too uncontested. So, you know how it is in the tribal setup. He's a politician, so the wife does something. So she had this dealership, but she was actually not handling it. So then, we start working with her. So then you learn with your mother, or basically you learn together. And so that's how we consider ourselves the first gen, because we put in a heart and soul. We are there day in and day out. We made a lot of mistakes. We learned through it. So in the year 1996, for me, I got this opportunity to be a Daewoo dealer. I was very, very young, just finished college, came back home. And then one day I get a call saying that, would you want to be a dealer for Daewoo? एक तो समझ में नहीं आया, कोरियन कंपनी है, क्या है, मारुति बोले तो still understand. But उसमें तो you couldn't understand Daewoo क्या है. But my father said, give it a shot. तुमको politics तो करना नहीं है, ना ही government jobs करना है. And those days government jobs were easier to get. So that's the two lines he told me. क्या करना है? I said, okay, let me try this. So that's how I got fully involved. Very young, just out of college, fresh, 22 years old. Bana diya, I said, you're a DP now. You have to run the business. Oh, very interesting. 22, running the business, did not understand taxation, did not understand how the invoices came, what we are supposed to do. Kuch bhi ho, you call up the company, call up the ASM and say, bhai, ye to samajh mein nahi aa raha hai. Acha, first time to you couldn't speak Hindi also properly. Because we mostly speak our mother's tongue, whatever. And thoda bahut English we could speak. Hindi was really bad. Tumko hum bola tha na, the first he takes an offense because the language is not correct for us. That to a woman calling up ASM is saying, tumko hum bola, he is like, tum matlab? I was like, then we had to tell him that, I did not mean to offend you, but this is how we speak. So in the course of this whole journey, I mean, you had to learn the language also, become refined, more polished. I always say, our generation of entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs or anybody, we are lalas. I mean, हमारे पास कुछ experience ही नहीं है. We just sat and said कि हम तो बन गया अभी DP, इसके आगे क्या करें? I don't know how it is for you guys, but that's what I feel. I see this generation of people, when they come in, they're so polished. Ek to they dress so well, they speak so well. They knew all the lingos, everything to speak. हमको तो कुछ भी नहीं आता था. I look at them and I'm like, I'm still learning. And then they look at me and say, oh, but you have been there in the business for so long. I'm like, yes, but I'm still learning. So, anyways, so that's how the journey was. Then slowly started learning. For me, the biggest challenge at that point of time was getting the manpower. Arunachal is a very young state. We got statehood only in 1987. So you can imagine the kind of manpower, the skill level in my state. Even now we struggle. I think manpower, all of us struggle, but more so in the 90s. We had to go to a neighboring state, convince people, Arunachal is a safe state, we will not kill you, will not eat you. Please come and join. No, seriously, that was really a concern. So some came, some believed in us and thought, chance le lete hain. Good thing was, I guess they did not see my age that time, so they're like, let's take a chance with her. And of course, opportunities were also very limited. A lot of experienced manpower came on board. They guided me, supported me. For me, the kind of management that we have today, and then there's a lot of difference. At that point of time, it was more participative. I would ask them, what do you think? Is it okay? Should we go ahead? But they're like, you are the owner, you make a decision. And I'm like, हाँ ठीक है. A lot of mistakes were made, like I said. But I think that mistake made me who I am, made me understand things better. I want to share a very interesting story since we're sharing stories here. I got engaged to my husband in 2001. So there is a border between Assam and West Bengal. So for any trucks coming to the northeast, you have to come via Bengal to Assam, and then from there it goes to the various states in the northeast. I don't know how many people of you know northeast, but chalo, I can see, you can at least see. So this Shri Rampur gate decided कि नहीं आप बोले हैं कि मैडम है उसको बुलाओ गेट पे यहाँ खड़ा कराओ. मेरा engagement 2 दिन में है, 3 days actually, 2001 में. And he is like, till such time that she does not come in here, we will not release the trucks. Those trucks had, see, उन दोनों inventories भी बहुत कम होता था. तो मेरा पूरा, my entire stock was there, about 4 or 5 vehicles. So 5 into 6 will be 30 vehicles. So much at stake. I went to Shri Rampur Gate. We drove down almost, if I'm not mistaken, those days, almost 16 hours or more. I reached there, and it's 4 in the evening. In the northeast, it gets dark very, very early. By 5 o'clock, it started getting dark. And believe me, as you go to Shri Rampur Gate, now it's better. I think kilometers and kilometers you did not see women. Nobody. There was one scary moment in my life. And then we had no option. Office shut down at 5 o'clock. He says, Savere aao. Ab kahan rahe? We crossed over to West Bengal and stayed the night there. Next morning I went. I said, sir, I'm a very young girl. Shadi bhi karna hai. If you allow me, I will go back home and get engaged. Please allow me that. He took pity on me that day and he said, Acha aap ja sakte ho. Traveling was scary those days. I don't know how it was for everybody. I had to drive down 8 hours to take a flight, come into a city like Kolkata, and we did not have apps those days. क्या है टैक्सी वाले को फ़ोन करो अच्छा कौन आएगा कौन नहीं आएगा whether you'll reach not reach. I mean God was kinder. I mean as human beings we were kinder. There was a God. I think we survived, and I think those are the learnings for us. Inspiration. I will not lie. Ma'am is sitting here. We have heard a lot about her. I think somewhere Kavita ma'am was a very, very big inspiration for us all. At least with the Northeast, wherever we are. I mean, it's not that women, we are in the background or nothing like that. For us, in the Northeast, men and women are equal. But from a Marwari family coming up against all odds, hats off to her. And of course, you can extend my mother. I mean, I will not lie. If she had not shown me the way, I wouldn't be sitting here. Amazingly trusting husband. Lets me travel all over the world alone. Lets me live 6 months of the year in Arunachal. At times 3 to 4 years if I have to work on a project. Absolutely supportive parents. Never differentiated a boy and a girl. And I come from a very, very traditional family. Hey, I don't look it, okay? Anyway, yeah, so that was it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing also. You are yet to answer the question, what got you into all-women dealership? Because this is something which is very rare in India. You're one of the very few, select few. So.
Yeah, so, for us, there are no boundaries. We always feel that, you should have a breakthrough. People keep talking about women cannot do this, women can do this. So my brother and I, he's my younger brother, we are partners, and we decided, why not have a showroom only for women? Let's see how it turns out. A lot of hesitations from the team also, but we went ahead. Mahindra was very supportive. Our CM was very supportive. He felt that this was in the right step. So yeah, I mean, why not? What holds you back? We as a women are leaders. Why can a woman not run a dealership? We have been running, why don't we give a chance to somebody else? And we do good numbers, small outlet, but we do good numbers, and quite proud of it.
So is it different from having a mixed crowd and all-women dealership? How is it different?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing, it's still the same. Let's be honest, there are more walk-ins. You cannot go out of this room, okay?
So your stories remind us that the diversity and inclusions are not just aspirations, but essential components of leadership, innovation, and progress. Now, I would like to open the forum for question and answer sessions. If at all any of you have questions for any of the panelists, please go ahead and ask.
Hi, good afternoon. It was absolutely lovely listening to all of you and your stories, and it was inspirational. All stalwarts here, and for us to aspire to. But one thing which and I guess most of us, especially the ladies, feel that the automotive industry is, for us women, it is more of a push industry. Either we had issues and we had to take over, or there was no other option and we had to take over, or something of that sort. How do you think can we create it as a pull industry for women to be at the helm? Not only because they are the daughters of the family who's taking care of it, but otherwise also, maybe being at the best of the positions, but how can we pull more women to be a part of it?
Hello. I'll take that question. Yes, we in our times, like all of us, we like Kavita ji and I and maybe, we all have been talking of 80s and 90s. And we went in because of some problems into the family or certain family circumstances. But now it is only our mindset. The women, see, what is keeping the women back from entering the automobile industry? It is only the mindset. So you don't have to have a push-pull from any side. It is your internal push and pull which has to take you to the automobile industry. And let me assure you today, there is no difference between a male and female running an industry as far as you are willing to work and not take the work easily. There are certain, as Rashmi was saying, why didn't you opt for things which are meant? We women ourselves think that we are meant for softer issues like dress designing, beautician, parlors, or some fashion designers. We ourselves opt for softer issues. Why don't we benchmark ourselves and take the foot forward? See, we have to take the foot forward. No one would come to us. Take the foot forward. That is what I have also experienced. Women have to take the foot forward and everybody would follow you. So it has to be a push and a pull from within you. Today, earlier when we all struggled, it was a different time, absolutely, when there was a stereotyping, when there was a gender biases. But today it is not there. Let me assure you, we all are sitting out here. We are equally respected. In fact, I would say that India is the only place when we are respected so much in our fields. We have to prove ourselves. And once we have proved ourselves, we are respected much more than anybody else. Giving my example, I work in those raw territories of Etawah, where it is only the bandukwalas as transporters. But after I proved myself that I meant work for you, I was their Didi, I am their Didi today also, and whoever might stand on the platform, Mr. Girish Wagh was there for a customer's meet in Agra. They never bothered about where Girish Wagh was standing. They had to come and touch my feet first. This is the respect. And this happens only in India. And this happens only to the Indian women. So this is the power of an Indian woman. She can command respect. Only we have to take that one step forward. So that is all the women have to take, that step forward. It should come from within. That's all. Thought process.
I'll just add, Rashmi, I'll just add. I think, for me, I would feel that be a role model, okay? And tell the next gen where we can go, how far we can be there, how far we can go. Show them a bigger picture. Say it's possible. I think people will join. And we have now, I think 15% of my workforce is women. We are hoping it will increase, but let's hope.
So I just want to add one thing. So I'm possibly only one of the women dealers who's not in this business because of any family. Okay? I chose this business because for me it was an opportunity, just like any other business. I never thought of it or distinguished or differentiated as a business for men or women. It's a business like any other business that you do, and that is what we need to tell people, industry, women around us, that it is no different. I mean, all the women who finally do it realize that there is no difference. It's like any other business. It could be selling Rolex watches, or it could be selling a car, or it will be selling real estate. It is a business. There is no business which says that only men can do it or only women can do it, such as automobile also. So it's here, it's nowhere else. And as very responsible women of this industry, we need to propagate this loudly and clearly.
Thank you so much, Kale.
Send this message across to the OEMs that the women have decided they are going to become dealers, independent, not as wives and not as daughters, but as independent people, as independent identity. So this is the outcome of the forum today. So send this message to the OEMs. Okay, now you have ladies who will participate in their individual capacities.
That's a wonderful message, and we really need to take it forward to the OEMs, all the OEMs. Cheers to all the women over here. Any other question from anyone?
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a question, rather not a question, it is a compliment, ma'am, for you, Bansal ma'am. You had remarked about a financier's statement about you, that you must consolidate the things when you joined. As a financier, because I am sitting here, I am dealing with you for last 20 years, more than 20 years. So I am glad to share this thing with you that you denied that and you take it forward. So we are also benefited because of that decision only. So I'm really lucky that we are working with you. Thank you.
So much. Any other question?
Thank you so much.
Any other question coming from anywhere? Thank you so much, ladies, for coming here and giving us time, taking out time from your busy schedule. And thank you so much. Now I would like to call Garima Mishra to give away the mementos, please. Thank you so much, all the audiences, for sitting here patiently and listening to this session.
Platform, we'll equal with the men. And then you see where we excel. So it should not be a women platform because then we feel isolated. You have to change the psyche. So it has to be it, and then we'll compete where we are. Next time it will be different, huh?
You just need to So, Ashim, what do you do exactly and how are you related to it?